JAMB. 3. Comprehension. 2 open passages, 1 closed passage. The one closed passage is either a register, or a summary. This one, they will give you a comprehension, then you answer questions 15 or 10. If you're answering 15, the questions that are 15, divide 45 by 15. How many? 45 divided by 15. 3. So each of the questions is 3 marks in your very first comprehension. The other one that you have 10 questions, divide 20 by 10, 2. Each of your question is what? 2 marks. The closed one, I think that one is always on 15 or thereabout. We are set to write. Comprehension, I believe you have written. JAMB questions on this comes after a passage. JAMB questions on this comes after a passage. Stop. Comprehension is always 3. It's always 3. We have 2 passages and 1 closed passage. 2 passages and 1 closed passage. The closed passage, you call it register. Tips for answering comprehension question. Tips for answering comprehension questions. All right, so who can mention 1 tip that you know that helped you during WAEC? Something that helped you, yeah. Okay, you read the passage carefully before answering the question. Like I'm reading what he's saying. I'm saying what he's saying. Not asking you to write that. So he said, read the passage. Read the passage carefully. Who else has another tip? I'm not asking you to write this. Israel, say something. Write this. Comprehension questions are from the passage. Comprehension questions are from the passage. And your answer must be based on the passage. And your answer must be based on the passage, not your personal ideas. And the answer must be based on the passage, not your personal ideas. So, avoid sentiments. When answering comprehension questions. So, avoid sentiments when answering comprehension question. The second thing, after questions, full stop. The next line, familiar words will be available. Familiar words will be available. But most importantly, unfamiliar words will be available as well. Unfamiliar words will be available. Do not spend time trying to find the meaning of these unfamiliar words. Reason is there will be no dictionary. Full stop. A smart choice is to use contextual approach. Contextual Contextual approach. A smart choice is to use contextual approach to understanding the unfamiliar words. Full stop. You do this with the situation, event, and information provided in the passage. You do this with the situation, event, and information provided in the passage. Information provided in the passage. Full stop. I'm going to run through that. Let me give a brief explanation on that. Now, you wrote notes, and then I said comprehension questions are from the passage, and your answer must be based on the passage, not on your personal ideas. For the fact that you read a particular storybook, and then you now come and see these comprehension questions or this comprehension, and it looks alike like the storybook you read, doesn't mean because you are so much familiar with the story in that book, the book you read. You understand me? So you should bring the answers or what you thought with the answers over there to this other one. That's what we call external factors. Everything you needed to answer from a comprehension question is given to you in that, how many passages, a paragraph it will be. You might have a comprehension question that is very, very short, maybe just 1 or 2 paragraphs. You might have the one that is 3 or 4 paragraphs. You might have the one that is just 1. It depends on your question type. So avoid bringing in external factors into the comprehension question while answering. All your answers will be found there. You understand what I'm saying? So it's for you to read. You read online, you read in between line, to get your answer. Avoid sentiment when answering comprehension question. Sentiment here is, do not bring your idea of the other story you read into this comprehension, except it is the same. Familiar words will be available. You might come across words like benevolent, and then you are asked to interpret, and then you are asked to interpret what benevolent in that line of sentence means. To some of us, this is a familiar word, right? But to some of us, it is an unfamiliar word. Like to me, specifically, it is an unfamiliar word. But to some of you have come across this. To some persons, you may is an unfamiliar word. To some, it is a familiar word. That's why it says that familiar words will be available. Most importantly, unfamiliar words will be available, and they will ask you to look for the meaning. Find another word suitable for this. So, in a question that you, in a comprehension that the words are so unfamiliar, what do you understand by this word? Give me another word for it. Another word for it. Israel, right? Etimbo. Nsika. Another word for it. God's love. No, that's not your name. Another word for it. Another word for it. Eh? Eh? Devouring. Okay, okay, yeah, yeah. What's your name? What's the meaning? What are you faithful for? Another word. Another word. Another word. Edidium four. Another word for voracious. Yeah. Okay. Now, what I'm not trying to expose you that you don't know. I'm trying to tell you that there are some words that are familiar to you and not familiar to another person. Do you understand? Like in amongst us here, this voracious word is familiar to him in his own understanding, but not familiar to you. I can bring up another word now, and it is familiar to Bright. Another word for this. Yeah, you go. I remember I didn't ask you to. And the another word that I might bring up might be familiar to Bright and not familiar to you. You still making that kind of a call? It was such a good call. Have you ever been on the telephone and you smile and show everybody your 32? I wonder what kind of call is that. It's been a long time I experienced such call. This call I'm telling you about lasted for over 32 minutes. And the person that was answering this call was smiling all through. And I'm like, asking, was it money? He's like, no, sir. No, sir. Just leave it, sir. No, sir. Let's go back. So, in a sentence that you have a strange word and you are looking, you are asked for the meaning of the strange word, don't rush. The meaning is in that sentence. You will understand what this big grammar is when you read it again. I just want to work with the notes they gave. They say a smart choice is to use contextual approach to understand the unfamiliar word. And what is contextual approach? Contextual approach is for you to read the line immediately before this word. Let me try to coin something. Ade came back from school. I shouldn't even use Ade. Nancy, how are you? Okay, you're hungry. This is not you. This is not you. We are using an illustrious Nancy. Nancy came back from school, met no one at home, so she decided to cook two hungry man-sized indomie, of which she ate voraciously. Replace the word voracious in the sentence. This is just part of your comprehension, for example. So, A, alone. B, fast. C, hurriedly. D, slowly. I hope the spelling is correct. It's open to all of us. What do you say? C. This one? How many persons? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Nancy, you? What?
First, I checked the meaning of that direction, but it's kind of different from.
So, what answer do you think it is?
There is no answer there.
Good. No answer. Yes, some other person has different answer. Beautiful. Now, of which she ate voraciously. The answer here, we can liken the answer, or we take the answer in this context to be she ate it orally. See, this is the contextual meaning of the word voracious. Do you understand what I'm saying? Beautiful. Now, why you said there is no answer is because the options that they are giving to you is quite different from the real meaning of voracious. But when you read the sentence again, you will try to get what they are portraying. Now, you are not answering, you are not replacing the voracious as voracious per se. You are replacing voracious based on the context of the sentence that you are reading. That is the contextual approach of this unfamiliar word. Because if you say that you must know the meaning of this word before you can answer, how about the thousands of persons that don't know the meaning? Do you understand? So, in words that you don't know the meaning, look for the contextual meaning of it. In words that you know the meaning, but the answer is not there, still look for the contextual meaning of it. The contextual meaning has to do with read the paragraph or the sentence again. Try to imagine what the sentence is talking about. Do you understand what I'm saying? Very quickly, and that is how you are going to. I was just trying to explain something. So, contextual approach to understanding the unfamiliar word. So, it says in your note, you do this with the situation. You are not writing, it's already written down there. You do this with the situation, event, and information provided in the passage. How many of us have come with our dictionary? What's your name? Esther. I'm still interested in that call. So, nobody's with is our dictionary, right? That's bad. Now, before we proceed, voracious means eating or wanting large quantity of food. Already you know that two hungry man size indomie is much. I think it's the biggest size of indomie, right? And one size can, especially if you put egg, one size fit belle full you. I can remember they cooked it for me. That was 3 weeks ago on a Tuesday. I bought the fruit drink I normally drink. If you came to the office, you would see me drinking it before I came out here. I was actually enjoying myself. I've not eaten since last month. Sorry about that. I bought bread, 3 in 1 bread. The 3 in 1 bread, I only ate one, like one. It's always three now, so I ate one. I drank the fruit drink, and then I ate the hungry man size indomie alone. Till the next morning, my tummy was still filled, and I was tired as well for eating the food because I finished the indomie, ate the bread, drank the fruit drink. So I was very tired. That's only one. Oh. So imagine you eating two size of it or 2 pack of it. You are a voracious eater. You eat larger quantity. You eat more. So voracious is to eat or want more. So from the passage, you can deduce that voracious hurriedly, because as you are eating it, remember, came back from school, met no one at home, so she decided to cook. She knows no one is around and no one is coming back, so let me eat it voraciously. Please, let's proceed. The meaning of the word is derived from its context, which includes words before and after it. We have already written that now. The contextual meaning, you derive it from the words which is before or after it. In some sentences, in some comprehension, for you to understand this voracious might come immediately after the voracious, not before. That's what the sentence is trying to explain. So, subheading: what to know about JAMB comprehension. What to know about JAMB comprehension. What to know about JAMB comprehension. JAMB passages are short. Number one, JAMB passages are short and somehow simple. Short and somehow simple. You don't expect JAMB to give you 1,000 words to read. That's a lot of words. 1,000 words. At least 250 words, 450 words, 550, 650. So they are short and somehow simple. I would have said somehow difficult, but I don't want you to use that approach to exams. Because if you are saying this thing is difficult, that's what you'll be experiencing. Have you ever done something and alongside you are doing the thing, you are busy saying, the more you say that thing, the more the thing and at the end of it all, you might not accomplish that thing that particular day till you stop to say. So I would have said JAMB passages are short and somehow difficult, but I don't want you to use that mindset to approach JAMB. JAMB is logical, and only logical people can write it and pass. So they are very short and simple. How are they simple? When you understand the logic around it. Option 2. JAMB options are very tricky. Who is one person that when you hear the name, you know naturally for the person to be a tricky person? What do you say? What do you say? Who is one person that when you hear anybody answering that name, you naturally know the person to be tricky? Eh? What do you say? Let's speak now. Let's communicate. Okay, jam options are very tricky. Sometimes they may be almost the same option. Sometimes they may be almost the same options. Option A might just look like option B. Option B like option C. Option like that, like that, like that. And why are they very tricky? The questions are not direct. How to answer JAMB comprehension? You have 100 questions to answer in use of English, 50, 50, 50. 250 words, 50 questions, right? And then you have 180 minutes, right? It starts counting down, right? Okay, you will see it when you are introduced to the CBT. It's here in the laptop, this particular laptop. Hundred questions. So if you do like that, you are punishing yourself. That's a two-way punishment, two times punishment. So what happens is you read through the questions, number 1 to 10, so that you have an idea of what you are looking for. Because as you are going back now to read the comprehension or the passage, you will be seeing some things. So as you are now reading, you continue reading like that. So the first step is to read through the question. Colon. This is to put you right of what you are looking for in the passage. Full stop. It gives you a clear purpose and makes you look for specific information as you are reading through. Actually, I'm not reading that one for you to write. I'm just explaining that one. Number 2, after reading the questions, carefully read through the passage. Number 3, read the questions again to ensure you understand what you are asked. Understanding JAMB oh, God have mercy on you. God have mercy. Okay, we move to understanding JAMB comprehension, subheading. Understanding JAMB comprehension. Let's try and understand JAMB comprehension. The Bible says all things are passed away and all things have become new. So let's go to the new thing. Understanding JAMB comprehension. Below are tips. Number 1, subject matter. If someone asks you what is subject matter, like what would you say subject matter is? Peace. What would you say subject matter is? If you say the heading or the topic, you are correct. But it's not all passage, not all the passages that the topic you experience the direct topic in the passage. I don't know if I've been able to bring out what I want to say. What I want to say is some comprehension, some passages, you will see a straightforward, a straight line topic. But then the passage doesn't portray the straight line something, it just interprets the topic. I don't know if you're understanding what I'm saying. Are you with me? We will run through a lot of questions in comprehension because they are marathon. We were on subject matter, right? Yes. Identify the subject matter of the passage. This is the topic or what the whole passage is talking about. The topic or what the whole passage is talking about. Full stop. It is the main point of concentration. We go to number 2, thesis statement. It is the main point of concentration. This is a follow-up sentence expressing the main idea or the central message of the entire passage. Understanding this will help you in choosing a suitable title for the passage, and also answer all the questions. Now, everybody look up? What the thesis statement helps you to do is to determine the title of the passage. Sometimes John will ask you, give a suitable title for this passage. Number 3. Understand other components of the passage like the introduction, body, conclusion, etc.
Number 3 is what?
Understand other aspects of the passage like the introduction, body, conclusion, etc. Now let me tell you how we do our processing and everybody gets admission. How we do our processing is, you don't come to us all the time. You only come and fill a particular form with us, give us all the necessary documents, you can travel. So far you have done the necessary thumb printing with us. And so you pay how much? I think last year it was okay, and just do is fill a form. You can fill the form online, or you know all of our things here are done both online and offline. Majority of you people are always watching the class online. So you fill the form, you make the payment, you travel, go to Kafanchan, go to Valentine is coming. Where is your friend? Okay, and then you do it. So the person with this score will get the processing fee handled by us, and I think our processing fee for this year, based on our director, till you get your admission, I think he said it's going to be a 25,000 naira, but I don't know yet because of the high increase in everything. This includes, you're scared, it might get up to 30,000. Why are you people saying Jesus? Because you are going to spend all up to this before you finally start the university. So you will get this processing fee with us taken care of. Then whosoever will score 300 for medicine, you will get the processing fee. That is, you will be on scholarship with us till you get admission. Everything you are going to handle it. Engineering, and this engineering, where we would give you the admission will be in Maritime University, Delta State. It is a school that if you graduate in any of the engineering field, you are a soldier and you are a worker. Like if you are a marine engineer, you are a soldier, but you are doing your marine engineer. You have two papers. You understand what I'm saying? Do you understand? And you have automatic employment, and that. Or if we decide to change our mind from here, you will go to this one. There are two. This one is an advanced secondary school. Oh. You will not be given phone. You only get phone at times to call people. You understand? It's an advanced secondary school. They feed you. They feed you, and then they train you. And then Maritime University, Delta State. So it is a challenge, right? A challenge to all of you to sit up, so that you can have this course and have the processing fee settled. Okay? And other people will ask me, how about other courses, other fields? I've mentioned medicine, I've mentioned what? I've not mentioned law, I've not mentioned accounting, right? That's bad of me, right? That would be partiality if I don't mention any of those fields, right? So if you get to score 290 for law, you will get the processing free from us. If you get to score 230, you will get accounting the processing free from us. 1, 2, 3, 4. I believe I've completed it, right? It's for you to go and sit down and read your books.